What's up? It's Chey Parker rocking out with 93.9 WKYS. And we are here at the Bethesda Blues and Jazz Supper Club for our inaugural Women's Empowerment Brunch. And I've been waiting on this one for a long time because when she came to the studio, what was it? Maybe like a couple of months ago?
Yeah.
Was it last year? I don't know. But the time was just crazy and I didn't get time to interview you. So I'm just so happy that you're here. My girl, Alex Vaughn.
Thanks,
How are you,
Chey.
girl?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
You doing real good. And you looking real good while you doing real good and while you singing real good, okay? Congratulations. We're so proud of you. Listen, the project has dropped. Hurt Book, the homegirl pack. Because let me tell you something. The girls are hurt, but they're healing.
Yes, hurt, not broken.
Okay. Now tell us about the project and how it really came about. You know, I feel like we've sort of seen you from, I guess, the beginning of the spotlight to working on this project, going viral, releasing it, and now being on tour with Ari Lennox. But give us a little bit of insight about how everything really just came together.
So for the Hurt Book, it was originally a project that I was working on before I got signed. And it was just a compilation of situationship stories between me and just, old flings. And then as time started to progress, it just felt like more than romance. And I was noticing changes in my friendships and just changes within my relationship with myself and just my outlook on life. And I felt like the only way to conquer it or move past it is to finally address what I'm feeling, all around. We have a bad habit of, I have a bad habit. I've had a bad habit of, just kind of brushing my emotions to the side so I can just get things done or so I can just, get past it. But the key is to address them head on. And that's not a bad thing. It's just giving yourself grace in your experiences to take you to the next level. So I just wanted the whole project to just be about giving yourself grace and just feeling your feels. And then when it was time for the Homegirl Pack to come about, it was just almost divine to have my sister superheroes, Ari Lennox, Money Long, and Summer Walker add on to the project. So
that was really just a treat because, of course, we saw you all sort of, linking up on social media. And we're like, what's going on? What's going on? Please don't drop this record and have me crying, my eyes out. But you do have a new song out right now, of course, with Ari Lennox, Demon Time.
Yeah.
And you both are, from the DMV. Can you talk a little bit about you all's relationship?
Oh my God, I love Ari. Now, we've met a couple times in different parts of our journey, but I feel like this introduction that we had right before tour was the one where we really were able to look each other in the face and just see each other as just peers who are also just on this journey together. And she's been nothing but sweet and supportive and very empathetic. And, you hear so many crazy stories about how people's tour experiences are, and it's been nothing but pleasant. I definitely have a friend and a sister in her now, and I love that.
I love that for you, and I love that for us, truly, because we do like to see the girls linking up. Of course, today was all about women's empowerment, so it's good to hear how, Ari has sort of empowered you on your journey and supporting you, for sure. Now, one of my favorite songs of yours is So Be It.
Yeah.
And when I listened to it, if you can talk a little bit about how you wrote that song, because when I initially heard it, I thought it was an intimate, romantic relationship. And then as you listen to it a little more, it's like, this could have been a friendship, really. And it's sort of look, it is what it is. So be it. What place did that come from?
So, yes. So Be It was written about a best friend breakup.
See, I was right, y'all.
You were right.
I be listening.
Most people don't know that. When I was writing the song, I had never experienced a best friend breakup, and on top of it, it was a friendship that I never thought would end. So I really wanted to. I already went through the range of emotions through the months we weren't talking to each other. That I was mad, that I was worried, that I was concerned, that I didn't want to be her friend anymore, or whatever the case was. But at the end of the day, I still felt an immense amount of love for them, but also knew that hurt my feelings, and I have to love differently now. And when I got into the studio in Orlando with Rodney Jerkins, shout out to Rodney Jerkins, I'm shouting out every time.
He pulled it out of you, girl.
He did, because when I flew out to Orlando, it's Rodney Jerkins, so you're kind of hoping you got your best ideas ready and your pencil sharpened. You know what I'm saying? You got all your questions. Any questions for me? You know what I'm saying? But when I met him, it just made me feel very comfortable in who I was and where I am, and to just kind of sit in that pocket. And that is just kind of a lesson that I've needed to learn over time. Girl, be you, it's you.
Yeah.
And when I got into the studio and started and got the guitar loop, those are the first words that came out of my mouth. It's like, say that I don't miss you, but I do. Say that I don't care, it's not the truth. Like the first line was just a freestyle. And then the other writers in the room, they were both going through the same things with their friendships, and they were able to just kind of like piece the whole thing together. But yeah, it's just about relationships just ending, and how not all endings are bad endings.
I like that one, because a lot of times when something is, you can just truly feel like it's the end of the world. And I don't know about you, but sometimes friend breakups are harder than like boyfriend romantic breakups.
Again, this was my longest friendship. So when I noticed that we weren't talking as often, and that they're like not answering my phone calls, but they still on the internet, and I call them mutual, and they're like, oh no, she's fine, just talked to him the other day. It's just like, it took months to process like what I really felt, because I wanted to not be cool with her no more. I wanted to cuss her out, but I wasn't going to keep blowing her phone up, and it just was a lot. And I didn't want to just overstep, because I don't know what's going on, because life really does life. And I had to like kind of come to terms with that. And with that, it kind of made me find peace, and so be it. You know what I'm saying? Versus F it.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Because I could say that.
I could have said that. And the coolest part, well, I don't know if it's the cool part, but she and I are still cool.
Okay. So that was going to be my next question. You know, from hearing that song, did she reach out?
She did not reach out from the song. I'd say like a year after us not speaking, I reached out to one of our mutuals to see, like, just a temp check. And so we sat and talked, and we're cool again, but unfortunately we won't be getting back to what we used to be. And I'm okay with that too. It's a so be it to that as well. Like, it's just kind of like accepting the new boundary.
Yeah. I think that's something that as women we all can learn. I feel like a lot of times it's either you with me or we not, and that's it, and we sever all ties, when, you know, really sometimes the relationship just has to change, the dynamics of it, the boundaries of it. So I'm happy that you all are still cool, even though it's not, you know, the same relationship. Now for you are performing live this week with Ari Lennox on tour. What has tour been like? Any crazy experiences? Have any guys or girls thrown their panties or boxers at you? Have you had any tour bus fun yet? Spill the tea, Alex.
Okay, so I don't want to be boring, but tour has been incredible. This is a winter tour, so it's been cold outside. So, you know, we try to explore out the window and then go back in. But I think some of the wildest things is really just seeing these new crowds singing your music. Like, I've never touched foot in Vancouver before this tour, or in Phoenix, and there's someone in the front row singing one of my oldest songs. It's just like, you know, you put out music because it's a form of expression, but you don't really think about the fact that, you know, your people are like listening to this, and this is helping them on their journey, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are really like seeing you and appreciating you and following your journey. And I don't know, as an artist, you can lose sight of that sometimes.
Yeah. Now, have you had any old boos who tried to play you back in the past, try to reappear and pull up with the pull up? Like, what's up, Alex? You know, you doing big things. I'm so proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I always knew you was going to make it big.
Yeah, I have gotten a couple. I've gotten a couple of those. Like, hey, just checking in. You need a ride from the airport. Like, you every time I asked you for a ride, when I asked you for a ride, you couldn't give me no ride. But now that things is changing, you got all the time. But now you want a ride. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't get no food to eat the last time we hung out, but now you got all the time in the world. You want me to try a new place. Yeah, I do find it a little interesting, but it's okay. I do like to gracefully say no to people, because you have full opportunity, first dibs.
Okay.
And I don't know. That's pretty much it.
Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. Okay, that's what we tell them. Now, Alex, of course, we know where we can find you, but let everybody know where they can find you on socials, and of course, get your music.
Of course. So you can find me on all social media at Alex Vaughn, VAUGHN, and you can find all my music by typing in that same thing. And I got new music out and new music coming, and you should check it out.
We can't wait. Thank you so much, Alex.
Thanks, Chey.